There are a lot of different kinds of decisions in our D&D games that we have to facilitate with our players. Some decisions don't matter that much at all. Are they going to take the left door or are they going to take the right door? If they don't really have a lot of information about it, they kind of just pick one and off they go. Sometimes the decisions they make, however, have long-standing major implications in either a character's arc or in the story of the game. Either way, when we're facilitating decisions, even if we're going for a situation in which the majority of the players make a choice and everybody ends up going that way, we still want to ensure that every player at the table is okay with the choices that are getting made. A lot of times, a decision simply comes down to majority rules. The players have what information they have in front of them. They all discuss it. Everybody kind of votes on what path they want to take, and that's the path that you go. And that works fine, but it can still help to take a little extra time and make sure that the people who didn't win the vote are still okay with the choice that got made. Most of the time, if they're an agreeable group of people, they're going to say, sure, yeah, I get it. I would have preferred to take the left door, but the right door is fine too. Most of the time, it doesn't matter that much. There are, however, circumstances where the decisions are a really big deal and they could have a major change in the story. And in those cases, a majority rules decision probably isn't the best way to go, and instead it really should be a unanimous decision. All of the players should discuss it until all of them agree that that is the best path that they can take. Even still, you might get to the point where one of the players just isn't really happy with the answer, but are they at least okay with the answer? Do they accept the fact that that's the direction that the group is going to go? They feel like they were heard, and they just recognize that the game is going to go the direction that it goes. Now, sometimes there's a real time-sensitive decision that takes place. Maybe one character is in a position to be able to majorly change a story. Perhaps they kill a villain that had some vital information that the characters might need. Or they're holding onto an artifact and decide to destroy it, even though that artifact could have a major implication in the rest of the game. In a situation like that, the players may be thinking from the point of view of their characters and kind of forgetting that they need to sort of get the agreement of the other players at the table. And at that point, it's not a bad point for the dungeon master to say, let's pause for a minute. As players, are we all okay with the way that this is going? Are we okay with them destroying the artifact? And if they're not, if they say like, no, that's going to have a major impact on the story, like, I don't know if we're going to go that way, they should be able to at least debate it as players and decide if that's the direction they want the story to go overall. Again, we want them to have as much information about the situation in front of us as they can. Let them debate the situation, but try to help them all come to at least an agreement, even if one player is fully in charge of the situation. We want to make sure that all of the players have an opportunity for their voices to be heard in the situation. We want to make sure that they feel like they were included in the group and that the story didn't get away from them, and now it's going in a direction they're not interested in. This is going to make them feel left out. It's going to make them feel like they haven't been heard, and it's going to disenfranchise them with the game. They're not going to be as interested in what's going on in the future because they didn't really have a part to play. So above all, we want to make sure that the players have the information in front of them that they need to make an informed decision. We want to let them debate it. And if a majority rules is the way that it goes, that's okay. But even then, we want to make sure that those who didn't win are still okay with the way the situation is going. Don't be afraid to pause the game for a second, to break character, and to have the players discuss the situation so that people at a player level are still at least comfortable with what's going on. And if they are, then you hit play and you go right back into the game. So take the time to think about the kinds of decisions that are getting made, the kind of impact they're going to have in the story, whether a majority rules is a fine approach or whether or not you really need to have a unanimous decision. Make sure to check in with the players to ensure that they've at least been heard and that they're okay with the direction that it's going. And you'll have a much better game. Above all, what we're trying to do is to share fantastic stories with our friends. We want to make sure that they're enjoying the story and that they feel like they have a good stake in the story and the direction that it goes. If you enjoyed this video, you can help me out in a few ways. One, you can get the latest Sly Flourish article directly to your inbox by subscribing to the Sly Flourish newsletter. You can also subscribe to this YouTube channel for more videos like this. You can help support me directly by going to patreon.com/slyflourish and signing up, or you can pick up my books, Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master or the Lazy DM's Workbook. Thank you very much and have a great day.